Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash, and of course, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations also to the Akim out there, pushing this truth, all honesty and sincerity across the four corners. This is Naaman with the DC camp, and as you can see, this is a very disturbing video because it involves a child, but it goes to highlight the difference. All right, these Edomites, how they treat little Jake and then their own, who often are guilty of more heinous crimes. All right. So what it says, this is from Complex, and it says viral video of Syracuse, New York. Police officers detaining child for allegedly shoplifting draws widespread criticism. All right. So it says content warning. This article contains footage and description of police detaining a child. All right. So it says viral footage showing cops in Syracuse, New York, detaining a child for, in their words, stealing stuff is drawing widespread criticism. In the clip, which had been shared to Twitter and Reddit at the time of this writing, a child can be seen and heard crying while witnesses ask the officers what they're doing. One child is seen grabbed by an officer and ultimately placed inside the back of a police vehicle. Guess, one officer says in response to a witness. Take a guess what I'm doing. Once asked again, a different officer answers by accusing the child of stealing stuff. The person behind the camera then recalls to the officer what they saw when approaching the scene. Nah, man. What he stole? A bag of chips? The witness, who also says they saw officers snatching the child off a bike, is heard saying in the clip, so y'all treating him like a whole cold-blooded fucking killer. The Syracuse Police Department later shared a statement claiming that officers' actions and body camera footage are both being reviewed in response to the viral video. And I can tell you from experience, not direct experience, but just history, I should say, that nothing's going to get done about this because this is something that's done on purpose. All right. And this is conditioning Jake, where we talk about that school to prison pipeline. This is it. All right. A prime example of it. And if you've noticed of late, a lot of legislation is being passed in several states about this critical race, what they call theory. All right. And it has to go with, or I should say, go towards lessening the blow to their children. I'm talking about these Edomites. And all we're doing is telling you what you did, giving you your real history. And they don't want this. So the thing is, they take great pains to protect their children from psychological trauma, but look what they do to ours. And this has been going on for centuries. All right, yeah, critical race, what they call theory. But it's just the truth. And they built this image around the world for a very long time that they're so righteous and pious, and the world knows better, but it doesn't hold them accountable because what? They also profited. So now you're seeing a lot of this come to the forefront because these other countries are getting tired of getting fucked over. All right. But in the meantime, all these decades, all these centuries, they said nothing. All right. When it came to talking about our treatment at the hands of this devil. So, fuck them. But the fact remains, they inflict this psychological trauma on our kids. It's one of the reasons why you see a lot of our people strung out on drugs. You look at the ghetto, the condition that it's in. It's psychological warfare. All right, it's the daily grind. Hardcore racism at its best is prime example. We've always been at war. Our people just refused to acknowledge it. All right. How else do you explain the conditions that we're in? We're under the curses. Yes, we know this, but our people just have adopted this mantra that, well, you're in this condition because you're not working hard enough. Well, it's like someone said, and this someone was Dr. What was his name? Claude um, Anderson. He wrote the book Black Labor, White Wealth, and also did the seminars and wrote the book Powernomics. And he made the statement, he said, no one can work harder than a slave. And he's right. But again, we're under the curses, and that's Deuteronomy 28. And in fact, let me get it, because the fact of the matter is, this devil has to go down. You're never going to exist in society like this because, that's people hate you, hate us, and they're going to do everything they can in order to make sure we stay in this predicament. This is going to be Deuteronomy 28. And that's what, a lot of our people are in this, it says one of the curses is, here it is, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. That's Deuteronomy 28. And you have to go with what Einstein said. He said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. All right? And this is what our people are in this rut, this continual cycle of, the white man, he's going to turn around. And no, that's never going to happen because our people haven't been taught who the so-called white man really is as it pertains to the Bible. All right, he is the nation of Edom, descendants of Jacob's brother Esau. And there's that perpetual hatred, all right, that's in the scriptures. All right. It says, the Lord shall, that's the Most High Yahweh, shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. You have to be mad and both blind to keep saying to yourself, this man is going to change. All right, now going to what I was speaking about, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. It says, a stranger, and if you ever did, want to know why all these immigrants come over here, and we're continually on the bottom, and they prosper. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Think of what, I apologize for the children in the hallway. Think about the civil rights movement and what it really did, all right, contrary to what a lot of people were taught that it was for. What it actually did, a lot of our people had, small businesses and were doing quite okay. And this goes to the level of deception that this devil has brought about on our people. We were doing so much better when we were about ourselves, all right? But it was a lot of money that this devil wanted. And he got it, but what did it do to us? It weakened us as a group, and that was the plan all along. And now what do you have? And again, you're looking at every other nation that comes over here, they've got some kind of, how am I going to say this? You look at their neighborhoods, you look at ours, I'll just put it that way. Some kind of representative for them. We don't have, in other words, we don't have a consulate we can go to complain, an embassy, anything like that. Psalms 83 comes to mind. Everybody was Confederate. Everybody joined together in keeping us from becoming a nation again, because everybody knows who we are except for us. All right. They attack our children at an early age. That's the point of me doing this video. All right. And it's psychological warfare. It's conditioning our children, this is what you're about. Even the music, all this TV, any kind of media is geared toward uh, gearing our children, you know, because the expression that I was told when I was growing up, it was always go to school, get your education, get you a good job. Well, what's wrong with that? Why not start you a business? Why not go to school? And why not? Why you have to be, in other words, told to be a slave, more or less? And that's my point. All right, it says, moreover, 45, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Most High Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. And that's why they don't teach you prophecies in the scriptures, because if they did, you see, wait a minute. Hold on. This ain't talking about the people that are over there in Israel now. 48, here's the point. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. We have to go to this piece of shit for everything. All right. Not so much for the other nations. It's making a distinction. All right. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Making reference to what? The last verse in this chapter. Going into what? Slavery. All right. So let's go back to the article. Yeah, this is sad. So let's go ahead and play this video.
What is y'all doing? Hey, he like a baby to me. Why you?
That's what I'm doing.
I don't know what you doing. I just see you snatch him up off the. So what? So what's going on then?
You're stealing stuff. If he breaks into your house, you steal something.
Nah, man. What you say?
See?
So y'all treat me like a whole cold-blooded fucking killer?
Keep walking, dude. You don't even know what
Keep walking. I know what I just came up and see. I know the fuck I just came up and see.
Okay, what did you see?
I see y'all snatching him up a bike like he a fucking grown-ass man. Ain't he saying it wasn't him? Fuck is y'all doing?
How old? 10 years
Fuck is y'all talking about, man?
That's against the law.
Fuck is y'all doing?
So you cannot put that.
What is y'all doing? Take the fucking chips. If he stole some chips, I'll pay for him. I'll pay for him. You don't even know where he lives. Y'all just throwing him in the fucking car.
That's what they do. They come here.
Fuck is y'all doing? Leave him alone.
No camera. That's all we can do.
See? There you go. Talking about if he breaks into your house. So this is kind of like some low-level Minority Report shit, Get them while they're real young, pre-crime shit. All right. It's fucked up, man. Fucked up. But that's what we try to keep telling you. But this is going to continue to happen. And it's way, let's just face it, it's way too late in the game. All right. Well, it's not a game, but it's way too late for a lot of our people just gone. You got to remember, 2/3 of our people got to go. All right, because they're never going to get it. All right. Skipping down, it says, you just heard the conversation, so I'm going to skip over that. It says, the Syracuse Police Department later shared a statement claiming that officers' actions and body camera footage are both being reviewed in response to the viral video. The juvenile suspected of larceny was not placed in handcuffs. He was placed in the rear of a patrol unit where he was directly brought home. Officers met with the child's father and no charges were filed. Additional information was not shared. Complex has also reached out to the office of Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh for comment and will update this post accordingly. As the viral video continued being shared on social media, the ensuing criticism focused on a number of issues, including the inherent preposterousness of ever treating a child this way. And let's look that up real quick. Preposterousness, the dictionary.com. contrary to nature, exactly as a child. But they always do this because it's us, reason or common sense, utterly foolish, absurd, senseless, and indeed it was senseless. All right, you didn't have to do all that. Of course, we didn't get to see the part where they snatched him off the bicycle, but we'll just have to take their word for it. But in any case, completely, here's another one, dictionary, the Cambridge, completely unreasonable and ridiculous. As I said earlier, contrary to how they treat those little monsters, those Edomite monsters that murder their parents and, do all kinds of heinous things, all right? But, damn shame, all right? Once again, viral video of Syracuse police officer detaining child for allegedly shoplifting draws widespread criticism. I suspect we're going to hear a lot more of this, about this. And of course, you're going to have Edomites. Well, see, he grows up, he's going to be a hardcore criminal and all this shit. They always say that. And yet, Psalms 58 and 2 and 3, well, let's get it real quick and close it with that. It's talking about their monkey asses. Let's see. For some reason, it's locked up. Hold on. Let's go in and out, Salakia. All right, let's go to Psalms 58. I'll start at 2. It says, yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right. There's no redemptive qualities for an Edomite. All right. The majority of which identify as so-called white people today. None. We can go. In fact, I said it. I'm going to prove it. This is Hebrews 12. Remember, Esau is the brother of Jacob, and the nation that he was the progenitor of are called Edom, the Edomites. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Let's look at profane real quick. All right. Profane, relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical, secular rather than religious. 2, of a person or the behavior not respectful of orthodox religious practice, irreverent. All right. Let's see. Miriam, let's go. To treat something sacred with abuse, irreverence, or contempt, his birthright. That's exactly what he did, and as a result, all right, he's done. It says to debase by a wrong, unworthy, or vulgar use. All right. Not holy because unconsecrated, impure, or defiled. That's Edom, Esau, all the way. All right. Obscene, vulgar. Not being among the initiated. All right. Let's see. Dictionary.com. Here's another good one. Adjective characterized by irreverence or contempt for the Most High or sacred principles or things. Irreligious. He is talking about the so-called white man who is an Edomite. Let's make that clear. He is contrary to everything that is of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. His own track record proves that. Look at the things that he's legalized as of late that are directly contrary to the Most High. This homosexual shit. They established a Pride Month. All right. Look at Hollywood and what it promotes. All right, yet you go out here and speak righteousness, and look what happens to you. 2, not devoted to holy or religious purposes, unconsecrated. 3, unholy, heathen, pagan. All these describe the so-called white man who will, if he is an Edomite, remember, because our people were scattered abroad, so you got to be careful with that. All right, you'll know pretty much, you can spot the spirit of an Edomite. All right, so we're going to stop it right there. I think you get the point. Once again, this has been about this arrest of this, I think he's 10 years old, and how he was arrested. All right, and for something that's really, really petty. All right. Hey, so with that, hey, shalom.